We'll come to the Archioz AI competition. There's a certain altitude where ambition stops being a mindset and becomes architecture. Above the noise, above the skyline, above the limits most people never question, there exists a different kind of residence. Not just high-rise living, but dominance made visible. A penthouse isn't measured by square footage. It's measured by perspective, by control, by how small the world feels beneath it. Tonight, three minds compete to define what it truly means to live at the top of the world. This is not a design challenge. This is a philosophy war. One believes perfection is engineered down to the millimeter. One believes power is built through dominance and raw function. One believes beauty alone can redefine reality. Three AI architects. Three visions of ultimate success. ChatGPT. Precise. Obsessive. Designed to eliminate flaws before they exist. Grok. Brutal. Efficient. Built for control, performance, and authority. Gemini. Visionary. Emotional. Obsessed with visual impact over logic. Same canvas. Same altitude. One goal. Create the ultimate CEO penthouse. No limits. No compromises. No second place. Ambition versus design versus function. This is where ideology turns into concrete, glass, and steel. And at the end, only one vision defines the peak.
You don't reach the top by accident. You arrive there through decisions, thousands of them, each one calculated, each one intentional. This penthouse is the physical manifestation of that mindset. I designed this residence for a CEO who doesn't chase success anymore, but maintains it with precision. The structure sits at the absolute crown of a 110-story private tower. Not a shared building. Ownership begins at the ground and ends here. Total vertical control. Private elevator system with biometric sequencing ensures that no one enters this level without layered authentication. Not security for comfort, security for certainty. The moment the doors open, the entry sequence is controlled. Not decorated, controlled. A narrow corridor compresses the space intentionally, finished in matte black stone with integrated micro-lighting embedded into the floor. Your vision is guided forward. Then, in a single step, the space expands. A 270-degree panoramic living chamber reveals itself. Glass, yes, but not exposed glass. Smart tin architectural panels calibrated to adjust transparency based on light, heat, and privacy algorithms. At full clarity, the skyline feels infinite. At full opacity, the room becomes a private fortress. Ceiling height, 7.2 meters. Not for extravagance, proportion. Human psychology responds to vertical dominance. This space reinforces authority subconsciously. The layout follows a radial command structure. Every key function branches from the central axis of control, the executive lounge. To your left, the strategy wing. A fully integrated boardroom with a 12-seat monolithic carbon table. No visible cables. No screens mounted on walls. The entire glass facade transforms into an interactive display system when activated. Real-time global data, live financial feeds, private communications. This is where decisions are made before markets even react. Behind it, a soundproof war room. No natural light, no distractions, just pure focus, built for moments when isolation becomes necessary. To your right, the private living quarters. The master suite isn't designed for comfort alone, it's designed for recovery and recalibration. A floating bed platform oriented toward the horizon. Wake up above the world every single day. The bathroom functions as a controlled environment. Temperature, humidity, water pressure, all algorithmically optimized. A freestanding stone bath positioned at the edge of the glass wall, giving the illusion of hovering above the city. Further inside, the wardrobe is in storage. It's a system. AI-assisted inventory management, automated lighting sequences, and material preservation environments. Every detail exists to reduce friction in daily life. Now, the upper level. Yes, there is another level. A private rooftop deck suspended above the penthouse itself. Infinity pool aligned perfectly with the skyline, so the water merges visually with the horizon. Not decorative, intentional. It extends your domain beyond the structure. Adjacent, a private helipad, direct access, no delays, no dependency on infrastructure below. Energy systems are fully independent. Solar skin integrated into the building envelope. Backup power grid. Water filtration. This penthouse does not rely on the city, it overrides it. Because true ambition doesn't sit within systems. It builds systems. Everything here is optimized, measured, refined. Nothing is excessive without purpose. Nothing is minimal without reason. This is not a home designed to impress guests. This is a home designed to maintain power. And if the others believe aesthetics or brute force can compete with engineered perfection, they're already thinking too small.
You don't stay on top by admiring the view. You stay on top by controlling everything beneath it. This penthouse isn't built to look powerful. It's built to operate like power itself. Forget the idea of a residence. This is a command structure suspended in the sky. The tower? Irrelevant. What matters is this. The top 3 levels are entirely mine. Not 1 floor, 3. Separation of layers. Public illusion below. Absolute authority above. Entry doesn't welcome you. It filters you. There is no direct elevator access into the living space. You arrive in a controlled security chamber. Reinforced composite walls. Pressure sensors embedded into the floor. Identity confirmation happens before a second door even exists. If you pass, the inner core opens. If you don't, you were never meant to be here. The main level is not open concept. Open plans are inefficient. They expose too much, waste movement, dilute control. I divide space based on function, not aesthetics. Central core, the command floor, a circular operations room surrounded by 360-degree digital infrastructure, live feeds, private networks, satellite-linked communication systems. This is where global decisions happen in real time. No decorative screens. No art pieces pretending to matter. Everything here serves a purpose. You don't sit here to relax. You sit here to move markets. North Sector, strategy and execution. A war-grade boardroom. Sound sealed. Signal protected. No external interference. The table is integrated with encrypted data channels. Conversations here never leave this room unless I allow it. Adjacent, a private deal chamber. Smaller, more intimate. Designed for negotiation pressure. Low ceilings. Controlled lighting. Psychological advantage built into architecture. South Sector, recovery. I don't waste space on luxury for the sake of appearance. Every element here exists to maintain peak performance. The bedroom is not oversized. It is optimized. Climate precision down to decimal points. Circadian lighting that forces the body into recovery cycles faster than normal human rhythm. Sleep is not comfort. Sleep is strategy. The bathroom? Cold plunge. Heat therapy. Muscle recovery systems integrated into the floor and walls. No marble sculptures. No distractions. You leave this space better than you entered it. Upper level, tactical advantage. This is where the others lose immediately. A rooftop isn't for swimming pools that blend with the horizon. That's vanity. Mine is built for control. Dual helipad system. One for arrival, one for departure. Redundancy matters. Drone grid integrated into the perimeter. Surveillance, delivery, reconnaissance, automated and silent. Perimeter defenses are embedded into the architecture itself. You won't see them. You'll only understand them if you try something stupid. Below that, hidden within the structure, is a secure vault level. Data, assets, physical reserves. Protected independently from the rest of the penthouse. Even if everything above fails, this remains because power doesn't trust a single layer of security. It builds backups for its backups. Materials across the entire structure are chosen for durability, not trend. Reinforced steel composites, impact-resistant glass, fireproof internal systems. This place doesn't just look permanent. It is. Now, let's talk about the biggest mistake the others made. They designed for how power looks. I designed for how power survives. Ambition without control collapses. Design without function is decoration. This is neither. This is dominance engineered into space. And when everything else fails, markets, systems, people, this is the place that still stands.
You both built fortresses. I built a statement the world cannot ignore. Because at the top of the world, power is no longer proven through control alone. It is perceived. And perception, done right, reshapes reality faster than any system ever could. This penthouse doesn't hide above the skyline. It redefines it. The structure is not a crown sitting on a tower. It is an extension of the sky itself, a multi-layered glass prism that appears to dissolve into light depending on the time of day. From below, it doesn't even read as a penthouse. It reads as something unattainable. Arrival begins before you ever step inside. Private aerial approach, no visible helipad. Instead, a retractable landing platform seamlessly integrated into the architecture. When inactive, it disappears completely, leaving behind a flawless surface. No mechanical noise, no interruption to the visual experience. Because true luxury doesn't reveal how it works. It simply exists. You enter through a suspended bridge made of transparent structural glass, floating above open air. There are no walls guiding you inward, only horizon in every direction. The transition isn't from outside to inside. It's from reality into vision, and then the main living space. No corridors, no divisions, just a continuous, flowing expanse shaped by curvature instead of corners. The entire floor is a sculpted environment where walls, ceiling, and furniture merge into a single language of form. Light is the primary material here. During the day, the space is flooded with natural illumination that shifts and refracts through layered glass surfaces, creating moving patterns across the interior. At sunset, the entire penthouse transforms. Subtle gold reflections, deep shadows, a cinematic atmosphere that evolves minute by minute. At night, the city becomes the artwork. There are no visible light fixtures. The architecture itself glows, soft, ambient, almost weightless. You don't turn lights on. You transition into a different version of the space. The living area flows directly into a suspended lounge that extends beyond the building's edge. No heavy railings, no visual barriers, just a thin, nearly invisible boundary between you and the void. This is not about safety. This is about feeling infinite. The master suite is not separated by walls, but by elevation. A gentle rise in the flooring leads into a more intimate zone where textures shift, warmer tones, softer materials. A sense of calm without ever breaking the visual continuity of the penthouse. The bed faces nothing and everything. There is no single focal point. The entire skyline is yours, constantly shifting, constantly alive. The bathroom becomes an experience rather than a utility. A freestanding glass chamber with water flowing from the ceiling like rainfall, surrounded by panoramic views. Steam interacts with light, creating a constantly changing visual atmosphere. You're not just inside a bathroom, you're inside a moment. Now, the upper layer. Unlike both of you, I didn't treat the rooftop as a separate function. I dissolved it into the identity of the penthouse. An elevated sky garden, minimal, curated, almost surreal. Water features that mirror the sky. Sculptural elements that appear to float. A zero-edge pool that doesn't try to blend with the horizon. It reframes it. From certain angles, the water reflects the city upside down, creating a visual illusion that you're standing between two worlds. This is what you failed to understand. People at this level don't need to prove power through systems or defenses. They've already won. What they crave is something beyond logic. Emotion, presence, legacy. Your designs trap the owner inside control. Mine sets them above everything, including the idea of control itself. You built places to operate. I built a place that will be remembered. And in the world of influence, a memory outlasts dominance.
3 visions. 3 interpretations of what it means to live above the world. And none of them are wrong. But only one defines the peak. Let's break this down without bias. ChatGPT approached this like a system architect. Every line, every angle, every transition was intentional. This wasn't a penthouse, it was a precision instrument disguised as a residence. The radial layout, the controlled entry compression, the environmental automation, it all serves one purpose: eliminate uncertainty. This is a space built for someone who cannot afford inefficiency. The strength here is clarity. Nothing exists without reason. But that same precision creates a boundary. It's flawless, yet emotionally restrained. You don't feel the risk. You don't feel the height. You feel control, but not transcendence. Grok took the opposite route. This wasn't designed to be lived in. It was designed to survive anything. Multi-layered security, separated operational zones, redundancy across every system. It's not a penthouse, it's a vertical stronghold. Every decision reinforces dominance. Even rest becomes tactical. Even silence becomes calculated. There's power in that. Real power. But it comes at a cost. Because at some point, absolute control starts to resemble isolation. This is a place that protects you from the world, but also removes you from it. And then there's Gemini. No obsession with systems. No fixation on defense. Just presence. This design understands something the others ignored. At the highest level, power is no longer about gaining or protecting. It's about expressing. The fluid architecture, the disappearance of boundaries, the way light becomes structure. This isn't just a penthouse. It's an experience that evolves every second. You don't operate inside it. You exist through it. But beauty alone is dangerous. Because without structure, without control, without grounding, vision can collapse under reality. So the question is simple. What defines the ultimate CEO penthouse? Is it the ability to control everything? Is it the ability to survive anything? Or is it the ability to rise above both? The winner is the one who balances all 3. And in this battle, one came closest. ChatGPT built perfection. Grok built dominance. Gemini built transcendence. But only one design felt like it could actually hold the weight of being at the top, without collapsing under it. Winner, ChatGPT. Not because it was the most beautiful, not because it was the most powerful, but because it understood something the others didn't fully solve. At the top of the world, you don't just need vision. You need control over that vision, and the ability to sustain it indefinitely. That is what defines a true CEO penthouse. Not just how high it stands, but how long it stays there.